Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one scrolling. If you like rugby, have I got some news for you? I want to break down in this video the story of a Fijian winger who met his untimely death on his way to training. I also want to talk about Ben Spencer's future. I want to talk about Leicester's new boss and also Johan Goosen's injury. So, we've got a couple of things to break down. Before I continue, please like and subscribe as it really, really does help my channel grow. And I just want to be providing you guys with the best content possible. So, let's break it down. First up, Ben Spencer. This is a pretty difficult one because he just recently signed a contract renewal, but Racing is there. They are looking. They are looking for him, and there is a couple bits that can potentially stop him. But I do believe they are making inquiries in relation to him. I mean, the guy is an absolute monster, but he does have an ex-teammate there in Owen Farrell, and obviously Racing are losing Mathieu Lagarec. So he would be the ideal replacement. They have signed another player called Leo Carbonneau, I think, from Pro Division Two side Brive. But I don't know. When it comes to contracts and the transfer system is not the same as it would be in football. It's not just something, oh, you pay a fee and you can buy the contract. Normally clubs wait for contracts to finish and so on. So I think inquiries have been made, but the chances of him actually going, I believe, are going to be relatively low, and we could potentially see him go in the future, but in the immediate I can't see that happening. But Racing does have interest, and there are bits out there in relation to that. Moving on into Caelan Doris. So there was all the talks that he would be, there would be procedures done. We were unsure as to how long he's going to be out for. It has now been made official. He has had his surgery, and he is going to be out for between the next 4 to 6 months. So that all but kills his Lions' hopes for this year. He's going to have to wait another 4 years, unfortunately, for him to be a Lion again, which I'm sure, considering who he is, he probably will end up being. But it is a big blow for him, a big blow for the Lions. And obviously, there was all the talk between Maro Itoje and Caelan Doris, who'd come in as captain. Honestly, I do feel even if Caelan Doris was fit, Maro Itoje would probably still end up being captain. But nonetheless, that was a big, big blow for them. And not only that, for his club, to lose a player like Caelan Doris, that is never an easy thing, because the quality that he brings, the leadership that he brings, you can't just replace that. You just cannot replace that. Moving on into Leicester. Now, there's been all the talk about Michael Cheika and his replacement and so on. They have now officially released that Geoff Parling has been offered a long-term deal, and he has now been appointed Leicester's head coach. And this will be starting as of next season. So how they're going to be playing next season is going to be interesting. They had some pretty good runs, and they actually had a relatively good show in the Premiership this year. But I think they want to be pushing for more, and hopefully Geoff Parling will will be able to bring them the success that they need. Obviously, they have some serious talent on show, but they just need someone to guide them where they need to be. Whether Geoff Parling will be that fit, whether he'll make them tick, who knows? Only time will tell. But honestly, I think it's a pretty good. Appointment. Johan Goosen also experienced himself an injury, limping off early on within a couple minutes. I think it was within like 10 minutes of their last game. And this is something that Goosen has really been struggling with. He has really been struggling to keep form. He's struggling to keep fit. And he's such an electric player. We've all seen how he plays, how good he is. But unfortunately, his fitness is always a problem. He keeps getting injuries. And unfortunately, having to give way to players like Andre Pollard, who are just playing amazing, is difficult. It is really, really difficult, because when you keep fit, you have that chance. You can build that momentum. You can build that fitness. And unfortunately, Goosen has pulled up injured. Obviously, we are still waiting to see how long and the severity of the injury, but only time will tell in relation to that. Hopefully, it is a quick, something nice and easy, something quick, and he can come back to fitness prior to the end of the season. But unfortunately, I do feel that he is going to be out, and he's going to end up fighting for positions for Handré Pollard next year. So let me know what you guys think in relation to this. Moving on into the final story of the video, and this is in relation to Josaia Raisuqe. I always get this guy's pronunciation for his last name wrong, but it was a horrible, horrible set of events. I believe it was earlier in May. He ended up having a train accident coming to training for Castres. And I'm not sure if he ended up colliding. We do believe that all the passengers, and unfortunately, he was the only one that was actually hurt and unfortunately died. But everyone else, I do believe that they were okay, and he was the only casualty. But this is always a horrible, horrible thing. He had such a future. He was an Olympic silver medalist, playing for a top side in Castres, and he had such a brilliant future ahead of him. Unfortunately, his time on Earth was cut short. I really do wish his family all the best, and all, my wishes to them in this terrible time. A lot of people will understand what it is to lose a loved one, and it's something that you just have to deal with in time. But it definitely is a big, big blow to the rugby world, especially French rugby, especially considering he was a young guy. He was 30 years old. He still had so much to give. And yeah, it's really, really sad to hear. And that's why I wanted to leave the video off on this. Guys, in the comment section below, for all of you French people, anyone that supports Castres, put out the love to his family, to Castres. I'm sure they will be putting their hand out to the family to help them in any way is needed. But yeah, guys, please, this is a new series that I am doing called News Flash. I want to bring you guys as much, regular news, up-to-date news as physically possible to keep you guys informed. So if you are enjoying the content, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.